bibia da ye because I feel promoting the so no say me no aka ho asama adjesi deda my good no
was can you
me bia American hwe kese no wo ho na bibia ye okay oh my say bia go there
oh nyame adom
good and about me who fly and Dominic Sandy and oh and then there and you be to stay bia bi na asani asorako but just a quick one before I say we come issues class me nim say last week hu ya na bibi last week when I was engaged outside Accra it went yamba but me hu bibia it was very worrying.
What are my uncle party person be on or big challenge on the constituency? Kofi Adams, Buem constituency. The MC. Well, I'm saying Shuna destroy a lot of structures. Yeah, Honorable Kofi Adams. Good afternoon, Boko.
Afternoon, Minia. It's saying.
Well, I had your Boko na Dominic Mo any reporters not on certain videos be so are very worrying. Neighbors here confirm say that is the case. There and amona ye too far on a day and nipa binom so free obetima ye dia boa.
Yo minia ye no kweo na no ya wada nsu a etoye no esai niama bebre na nya eha dwen kese pa any schools adan a esai. The first one na edi kan ba ye no be 2 schools were affected and me to suffer a number of persons Magdan Foundation kura ebeboa kakra yugusu anka survey no ena na no ya woda die samba ye ne die asa say schools are dying bebre be 7 schools in all affected roofs ni nyina books musua die ni nyina essay in the midst of the rains na etuto na no ya woda no. So that has been the state of affairs. A dying baby in households, baby Niamasuna, as a anti-say, Muya and Ukre. Na Yugusua, ye preference, Adolfo Brana, Omubeboa. Na easy in times like this, very, very difficult. Cement, bois, through iron rods, cement, roofing sheets, Bibia, bois, and it has not been easy at all for me as MP families and even the assembly because assembly so musika no so emma make us senka e baka kra e beka so musubetumi aye bibi but common fund number common fund nye common biom yes case here so that's the state of affairs yewum ewa
did I hear say o ka say sika betima boa kwa motimi tu sa na mo emma
Minia na common fund no na say common fund no emba biom enye common biom fund no enye common enti say o say yesisa di no na ye di dim foforo to sa fund na say ebe because kese na so ye take decision no kura ewo nyama ye beto at the national level ansa na ye kase ya release sikana be 70 to 80% of sikana ya release no ye Spanish cano at the national level. Say ye the better side ye the better side. Ye man me bisa ukra say then here o. Enti ya release the cano all right, but the attorney ye first say wu nya. Abra side ye no here o. They say make a suku sa dan na asese. O say ye nya nkanchin a ye de be kuku adan no ama school mofra no enya o school dan esua de. Go for bebe no mo ho aka na so sika namba ye di sika na akoto bibi foforo e di abrel say jisa de you pe wo mpe o eno ana ye di abrel so that's sometimes the state of affairs and enye easy for us and say adofo bi wo ho mbetumi abeboa ye pa dia we've done our best but enye enough so far
but oba sempa e page extra no say about say eh and then I hwehwe go form zana
Minya sir.
Wow.
Sir.
Hey, where they have lawyer? We need there. School diner.
No, wait there. I think he should appeal, not appeal. He should inform the Minister for Education on this.
Quickly. Maybe beyond informing the minister. No.
In law, it's an act of God. Very act of God.
I think
it's about 4 units or 6.
The Minister of Education is his colleague. I think
it's about 4 units. Yeah, 4 units classroom.
Okay, but Kofi, I think you must say emergency situation. What you draw Minister of Education attention.
Well, Bianca said the Minister for Education, but the Director of Education, Ewoha, any regional bosses, we are aware already of the situation. But Minister for Education,
okay, so Kofi, in this case, yeah, appealing to Enipa Eshe, Obasempa page extra Adams, Yabonze, in Funyin and ya appealing cry, and Yoma Yi one, and Susan Hajuni. Wow, free boom. Ghana need this be a companies out doing ano. Madaroma, it's time to show love. And Madaroma monko to the aid of Adesha one boom. Because Oshe could die so up and your back and
not the messer senior Madaroma was a witia beyond the director of district director of education. I know. Once more and any education minister in Kasana because I mean I yet me man kwala for monk to chasasa it's very important because we can open I had say and just use of pages and to be now and could deal with answer so on mine serious
and I think the Minister of Education if he's listening
because on cover friend
this is an emergency situation. Yeah, a woman said there are competing demands from his office, but where there is an emergency, knowing how dedicated he is to his job and to the transformation of education.
Okay, Kofi, but unfortunately, your minority walked out when ministers were being okayed.
Yes, state reason ye free her because now I first say I buy no bet me aye people. Yen can say yen ministers for all ministries. But whatever you are doing, the government should have taken the opportunity to realign kakra. To say near Ivorian president and many other countries. So we are realign kakra. But yen husa and we were a bit worried about that.
All right, be sure yeah, that's a peak. If you have Bohem constituency and also didn't come over. No, I quick now.
Just quickly, as an chamber. Now, Kofi alignment. Like ministries ban and uncle
information and communication. Sanitation. I come back to local government.
I think my His Excellency John Dramani was 60 ministries, right?
Yeah.
When was the president? How many were they?
No, 85 or so.
Yeah.
But I'm saying,
I wasn't. Didn't you know? Say,
who the enfant say? Bonibienio. Sir, 60 now person on the banner. On train.
So that's the point.
On train.
Sir, 60 now.
Ministers now person. Ministers now person.
For instance, transport.
For instance,
give us a list. Sanitation next I didn't mean and yet back to local government.
Sanitation.
Now, sir, what you saying 2 and 3
sanitation, water resources, local government.
Yeah, so they are not and back to local government. And now we transport, railways, aviation, and now free air transport. So they all go back.
Okay.
So that's it. Now information and communication. Yeah, the
communication.
Yes, it was one read by it used to be the same. But
people confuse communication with communications. The Ministry of Communications is not the same as communication. No.
I know.
What is it? And information, technically speaking, you are more like the propaganda handle of the government. And what do you mean first argument? But communications, it has to do with networks and telcos and they are two different and me say. I believe in rationalizing government, like the size of government. But sometimes, what I say, you just don't say so because in the spirit of realignment, for example, information at every point in time should stand alone. Should stand alone. What was I because information, that's why ISD is dead. Fancy idea that requires survivor. Would not say another ministry as you get dwarfed. the focus will be more on telco. And honest can work. The minister wouldn't have much time to be concerned about whether
so we should think carefully about realignment.
Exactly. Even though your size of government, it's not necessarily about reducing the number of ministries, no. But sometimes even the ministers, your ministers be minister in the office of the president.
It will come in line with all those things because actually, for instance, I'm not every energy ministry. They have about 4 ministers, 3 deputies, 1 minister. At the end of the way. That's what I say. At the end of the way.
I'm breaking down say power and
then 3 deputies. 3.
They used to be 3, now they are 2.
They are 3 still.
No, we have a new one, Collins.
No, the one in charge
we have a new one, Collins, and then we have
and then there's one there's one Western Regional MPB Abu or something. As deputy minister.
No. Oh,
from Ashasi and we had there were 3. If you Kuma
MP no.
On no beka omo mo yetinti oreku ena aminanta ena sa
omo ye oreku fio
so now see ameno kase
but see ameno I do well
yeah so now
Collins
Krampa and there is one Abua one Western Region MP new ones here I approve no waka
oh sir
yes so there are two na koka the Krampa aman but I 3
Collins and Abua
exactly yes I don't know what I'm getting this name right but they didn't hear be either Abua or something yeah. Anyway, so I am Oman minimum over the weeks and I'm saying there was something that I saw which I think is a very unfortunate. Now and maybe we say na yanka ho asema ni ya na asa yani ya bofaso. Suban bi yakoso o before say be call main issues no so. Yakoso o mu a asa ani atraninton. Ani atraninton. Over the week me and last week me video bi a port security guards. Because of port security guards, what I mean is Ghana Port and Abba Authority security guards attacking immigration officers in their office. Now, me who video no, I was so shocked. I was shocked to the extent say, ban is saying na port security guards. Etimi bowra immigration for office. I'm saying because team so the video na make one some no. Port security guards etimi bowra immigration officers office to attack them as what?
But is it the
video no? Last week, me one video last. I don't know when the incident really happened, but this is something that came out from last week. What kind of impunity is this? Huh? The fact that your mom military training does not make you a military officer. The fact that you have gone to have a military training to use it as part of your work does not make you a military officer. What right do you have to look at this? Oh. Can you imagine? Now, what happened? I was like, I said, you say, David Naughton. I was saying, who now the wrong person and go.
They attacked them because they did what?
One PR Kasawa, UT, sorry, Miss UT, back on the same piece of them. So I think it was a news hour. Nana Yakas in the interview. Nintim what my made see been say. Vessel we buy. And under my circumstances, vessel bar. All of them play roles. May between 2003 and 2005. Me friend the police and the number of GPH. Vessel bar. All the officers have a role to play. Into more Obia Koko and Juma. Immigration for according to woman, immigration for I think a parcel or so was given to one of the immigration officers by a captain of that vessel. That is what she said. Now the man, now the port guards wanted to know the content of that parcel or whatever. Am I? Now so Obia now person who content should that turn into a fight? Nipa no can fight now. You see nipa they had in the home office, and then you follow them to the office in your numbers. In your numbers, what there's a video is go black and now be one of the immigration officers won't see the woman see hold the PR one thing.
So
it's so disrespectful.
Just in Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. Altercation between GPHA security personnel and officers of Ghana Immigration Service and at the port of Tema. The Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority GPHA acknowledges recent reports and videos regarding an incident at the port of Tema involving our security personnel and some officers from the Ghana Immigration Service. We wish to provide clarification on the matter. On Monday, May 13, 2024, At approximately 18:30 hours, an altercation occurred on board MV MSC Dampfner between GPHA security personnel and immigration officers, which escalated to the immigration office at the authority building at Terminal 3. The incident stemmed from the immigration officer's failure to declare a package received from the vessel, which contravenes standard operating procedures established by the International Ships and Ports Facility Security Code and protocols. The insistence of GPHA security officials on adherence to security procedures led to the altercation. While some media reports have sensationalized the incident, we recognize that it could have been handled more effectively to prevent escalation. GPHA prioritizes the safety and security of all stakeholders and condemns the behavior displayed by both parties involved. GPHA takes full responsibility for the actions of our security personnel involved, who have since been reprimanded. The management of GPHA met with representatives from the Ghana Immigration Service and Ghana Maritime Authority to discuss the issue and have come to an amicable solution, which includes, but not limited to, periodic education and reorientation of all state agencies in tandem with the evolving maritime security procedures and protocol. Moving forward, we emphasize the importance of adherence to standard operating procedures and protocols by all state agencies operating within our ports, and urge all stakeholders to uphold the rules and regulations governing our ports and collaborate to preserve the integrity of our ports. We appreciate your understanding and support on this matter. It's signed, Abna Sewa Opoku Fosu, Marketing and Public Affairs Manager, Ghana Ports.
On that platform, I'm bored, you know. Yeah. But it's wrong, just to end my submission on mine. The all kind of the port at the honor. So that became my more open to the kind of institutions about more. Apart from more security guards and a more. The police comes then your port and railway police. But Dampare at some point was even the port and railway police commander. When I first joined the police, I had me posting me quite a Buffalo. So, but not on the airport and railways police commander. Okay, we need to change. The national security also operates within the port. Your friend was saying immigration for so baho ebayaduma. Obia won aduma oyo. But you see, one thing nipa ya was ban be say minimum say me was empire FM. Once I was empire FM na wa ba ha no de me na me in charge wa ha. And on the idea ba kon ekoso. Port security for anyone say once they are the port security guards, every other person that comes there is under them. But you don't work that way.
A collaboration.
It doesn't work that way. What do you say? And impo say immigration for now BBS ya. There should be a procedure to follow. On what authority do you have to attack a security officer in uniform? Now what time our office? Let me hold it at the table. So I mean, what do you mean? What do you mean? This impunity is becoming too much. Obi civilian matoso what are social journalists who want to okuno. Obati obi police ni. I mean, what kind of thing is this?
It's very.
It's becoming too much.
Yeah.
Say your mad discipline and najuma. The men in uniform will become useless. Excuse my language. They'll become useless. Because the power authority that they are supposed to carry, no people just look at it. Tables, immigration officer and tables. As if you are classmates.
Tables. And this thing should stop between these agencies.
What is it? As if you are classmates. What is this?
Port security, are they not private security?
They are more or less as well. I mean, they are just for the port services.
Yeah.
So they are not part of police service. And
no.
Immigration.
How? I mean, how?
No, you see, that statement is very nebulous. They've been reprimanded. As each one saying,
maybe interdicted or maybe what?
No, that's communication.
I make a reference to the they have been suspended. All those who went there or all those who were involved, have been suspended. But you see, it shouldn't just end there. Because
I'm sure
our friends who works there. I mean, video.
How can you humiliate?
And when they are also changing, idea cost almost every day. Immigration officers go do one day say call office now I'm so much reflected they don't even want to permit you to enter.
Is there any standard operating procedure?
What's a uniform? Say one some mufti. What's a mufti because show the ID shrewa. It is enough to to allow him to enter. And this how will be better no sheriff reflector as I didn't they always have issues. But me myself say munyina as we are together. The animal immigration for anymore, you our port security with you. You can't issue visa for somebody who has arrived at the port. Wouldn't say to me no. Even when you even make arrest or mine, wouldn't you probably have to even detain the person within your premises? You have to go hand the person to the police. And what man are very limited. To me, when you have a man I had just as a Sabi, police work and boy bonnet. So how much more you?
Okay, so Mamma Commercial at Macobe Fish of a cancer. Before the comment, Bavano. I think maybe you were 1 or 2 years over cancer. Well, maybe BBA and Dawa Commerce episode to that. Professor comment on this one so cool.
Well, we dear, say me shows main issues, but just quickly, we dear, I think it's condemnable. And Nadia say first. Yeah, American visa say, do they come under any of the security recognized state security agencies in Libya? And if they don't, this is just like private security. And imagine say Uko airport, na airport security, private security for man handle immigration officers say, what do you think is going to happen? And these are all points of entry. And from whether airport and as a airport, they are points of entry. Well, ideally, Uko you can say, I mean, Uko US for example, TSA for no. There's no way, a private security man would come and be, hey,
they are in charge.
Because they run that point. They are in charge of space, no. What is here? Until I find this unacceptable. Yeah. And the communication from GPH, it leaves a whole lot to be desired. Said they've been reprimanded. As it's saying, you need to be. You see, BBC Bana Kasa. You need to be very clear in your communication. Say, okay, you are suspending your mo, you are musi pending further investigations and blah blah. We need to be clear because anyway, this can't go unanswered. And so you see, this is the attitude of Sankrofi at the port. I think this should be the end of it. Oh, and the idea, but apart from quickly, this one the Kwan Hong Komo, Mamenka, something to do with electricity kakra.
Okay.
I think there's here. I said there's some semblance of improvement kakra, and I will notice it.
Well, improvement.
Yeah. And said doom you see when they doom na very doom so the rate at which there has been a slight improvement.
Such like a
generally you see my also at the eba na minokran and it static was man spare the MD of ECG because now only ECG is the agency or many customers edin kita ho. They are the direct agency or money ewon komodi. When it comes to the power sector. So, Bibiania or Muna Yedi Bufuni Bibia Ekogu on so. And I made the point say the MD was explaining Numabi about localized force, overloaded transformers and so on. And then I make her say, look, that cannot explain the reason why I war Tibiana and a woman. But my investigation reveals he was speaking to only things ECG had control over. Well, Doomsonoba is not just ECG is just a distributor. I didn't know why they can't distribute what they don't have. But if there are problems, they will tell you, okay, these are the challenges, and my understanding is that they've been able to fix all those problems, and a majority of those problems. And we still have Doomso. That should tell you that the problem is bigger than ECG. Because they are merely distributors. Do you know how much power the ECG distributes? Only say ECG, we keep saying say our installed capacity a year in the region of 3,800 megawatts, and available capacity is also somewhere around 3,000 and so forth. when the IPPs together with when all the power producers generate, ECG is giving only 2,300. IUSWA 2,400. Imagine if your peak demand is around 3,000, over 3,000. Now ECG is giving only 2,300 megawatts of power. Okay. That tells you, say, already there is a deficit of about 600.
Yeah.
So difference of 600. Where do you expect the ECG to get it from? And my understanding is that ECG came up with some innovative plan. So some of the thermal plants, they use HFO, that is high fuel oil. And HFC crown, I'm afraid, high fuel crude, whatever. And what they do is they decided to yen toss half fuel nibi emma some of the thermal plants. Some of the plants are combined cycle. Until they can use both LCO and HFC or HFO. Until they decided to yen toss high fuel emma some of the plants. So that yes, Dumzo Yanka would have expensive would have happened somewhere last year. So they decided to say, look, if we don't take advantage of what we know to buy fuel some of these plants now, ye bedru pempensubia a bedding. So they decided to buy HFC and HFOE for some of these plants. And I see a bimuzi or muntiasia and the Omuche one ekodus up and pensua you. To the extent that PURC is even accusing themselves as you cannot educate sa high fuel emma yehun hariano. Yes, he said that money is missing. Meanwhile, there are receipts at HSA we want to buy sa fuel to give to these plants. But you see, ECG Juma to buy fuel for any plant. Usha arrangements now. The distributor is not supposed to be paying for the cost of fuel. It is government's responsibility. But essence are buying to mean 20. ECG realize that we lose money when we are not getting power to sell. So what we do is that we make arrangements, get some of these plants some fuel so that they can continue to produce. But the MRs are ordered into and Omuka said they should stop buying HFC no. And Nuna Arma and Nemly. Here was that to be no. But only have you noticed an improvement? When it got to a head, Yebisa say what really is the situation? What must say? And when the explanation was given, it was decided to say, look, go back to doing some of the things that are now we know. Then ECG decided, okay, you better the HFO now and to demand some of the plants. And Nama I said, I don't know. But so my question is, what informed the decision earlier to tell ECG to stop buying SAF fuel? When you know very well, say, I are buying said to buy fuel, yet our buying is not buying. Yet you told the ECG, the distributor, say, Omunjaito. Knowing very well, so if they don't buy, there's no alternative elsewhere. And once there are no fuels for the plants to power their plants, there's no way you'd continue to get the kinds of megawatts are now we generate. Until I think this conversation about power outages, I have made this point there. As to see ECG, nobody is talking about how fuel is not being purchased by Abain. Nobody is talking about it. And who shared the arrangement? Gridco buy, Gridco was not supposed to be. In fact, VRA, for example, VRA is doing a ancestor or more. Now VRA is a distributor and a generator at the same time. Netco is under VRA. And once you have a generator and a distributor working at the same time, it creates all kinds of problems. The sector needs an overhaul. And I feel that this is the time I started our conversation. And there should even be an independent market operator. So that when power is generated and somebody is going to transmit, there should be that independent player because say, okay, you are generating 2 cents per kilowatt hour. Would you know MBFA line would you know $1.09 and whatever. Would you know so that they can buy cheap power until such a point that they can no longer get cheap power to buy. No markers okay, Obi Anfani dear Embra. But now what happens is that Obi generator Gridco now are transmitted. Whether it is cheap or not, there has to be that independent market operator. And the law allows for such independent market operator. I think it's about time we had this conversation. Senebeya, baby, Yenko do sa pempenzo no. I am happy say there's an improvement, but we could be better. This is not the Ghana that we know. One of your bragging rights is we have stable power.
All right. So
I do free in Zimwa. Never be regins and where's the agents and Mudia ever had.
So Samuel Neti, I think thank you for the ECG conversation. But Samuel Neti say, what was the content of the parcel given to the officer that prompted the security action? What is the relation between the captain and the immigration officer?
But violence has no, there can never be any justification for violence.
I was saying, and you put a business, and you put no matter what the name won't be on mine. There's a procedure to follow. Okay. Immigration form, they work with commands. They are like police service and every other institution. They are commands. It is a people that more for and report it to them and say, oh, on this vessel time we say ABCD. No, we wanted to know this, and then you collaborate. But the years work on officer who question so I bonus the namu ye when they are. I know they all passing the moon as a content. They say, yeah, Ubi and was an
okay, so power jet battery I was saying the Roxin Ventures for and the sole distributors of Mundiaba a year a jasso, which are power jet car batteries. We'll show on a track where Shalom Sports runabout. One telephone number is 020-8090-789 and 0242314774. The Roxin Ventures, he want to say power jet battery, no. One sa etuntombi wo eye ashama kowa na so a China Inti Enterprise and crying so every battery shop aboso kan kumase Kwame Koba Enterprise pampa so afi oko battery shop bia every battery shop also am magazine amekom Macro Junction ubenya power jet battery ya sole distributors there the Roxins Ventures Ufrika swa na do nyache Winneba Junction Swedro Mankesim ekwana doko takwadna power jet batteries so no one wo honoma one dijuma e de ebo Ecobank's EMG Million Gang and also any brand so be jai de bibribi no na woju any bibribi because there's more to it in terms of abrabo Ecobank say one wo over 1 million cities our a year sikani achede sunko omodema Million Gang promo na omode brono and over 7,000 others across Ghana we dear a BC da enti wona ebedi se adwuma we no na ochumi ntembia no wono nya basobode ne achede sonko a up to 10,000 cities afi busume miensa ntembia so no ye beto aba na afi that's aboa mo deposit cash in multiples ebi 500 Ghana cedi ewo Ecobank account mu ebia nearest branch na Ecobank Express Point bia na via Ecobank mobile enti we no de emuda ho obia stand the chance of winning achede ni bi nsu ne se unya fuel vouchers no unya shopping vouchers na fi airtime chese ahode abetimi dia kasa o kasa fidie so eni achede bebre sa anhihye we every May ekopim July ne da etwa to kra July 31 2024 eye obreni se wankasa obe jiwani wa brabo wem ebreni kai hunu se 500 Ghana cedi bia wo deposit and no betimi ama wonya akwanya abaye a part of a year Ecobank's EMG Million Gang wo deposit to Ecobank a year wono sika krabia no Ecobank, a better way to enjoy life, a better way to a better Africa. Ecobank, a yaja to say the Pan-African bank. Inti anyone film be part of this. 1374 support, you know, say support the treatment of Yadi Amika Kachewi, kidney diseases, liver diseases, high blood pressure, ulcer, and your general well-being. Inti eneu kujaswa. 1374 and no na akopa echita kwa na wato na abo kwa nsukuso dodo na nkasa de only 1374 for bekasa and now from so na money 0246 073 498 and 0501628 na watimi ni won edin kita sa na mekoso aka o se wo de ene insurance bi ye Provident Insurance policy bia opeso o chotro din ana so tintim krata wono obaya aye krado if we say obaya de 24 hours 0242 426396 now for buyer obeko mo bia ohia bia de ma say wo shine now person or register and any other policy bia person chase so quick, very convenient, reliable and as a jombre mounting the yenoma bia no bit my boy kwa so into the answer say test your buyer bebia any bribia na ebeboa o text your buyer 0242 426396 with Provident man you are covered. Lawyer Adamako Befi ma
me do so
bokode
nyame ne yedi ni yera ni cry
party so kosen
o nyame adom
and that's so
and that's what the hopa
mo break 8
and that's all hopa
I see
and that's all and that's all hopa
I think na do tia ko be say
oh obi kan say ma come na o pese me
no so because any that so mo break 8 na
o si that so
wa kwa kan kwa say woni and that's so o ho no ni say
o si that so
yeah the to me ma say fa bu o man of course eye nipa di unity unya ni nyina ohamu enchemu 100% and in at the end of the turn ye ni nyina begu nsani ani and I can tell you and I'm ever ready to debate say adwuma and Adanko Akufo-Addo waye no yes negative soon or ye nipa but dodo no ano in fact you have moved from where we inherited it from 2017 yeah and that's all and ho akonta ni bibu balance na no mamenchia atifo ene ahwefo na the social media nti na yensre nyame asomdie nso so emfa ma oman no yenu adwonkuma emsemre bi etwa mu na ha ya nso no so betena ha ba mo wo atonsa afre no doma akoma atonsa afre no nti wakoda kom nti abusia ene adofo party mpanimfo emrahye badwafo omunyina aka bo mu ma na otwe awieye omudo mani kokyire kumase eja na kyire kwan ya yesrense nyame emawu a etesa entu ababunu bia sansa babunu dia abababo woni mu a oso ye adwuma na ahwe nua na babi odi koduru ya inyaye no trase ankeye ba de nyame pe no ye na masre amanfo ehu afiachi ni abofo no ehu commentators ne nsimo mo kan ya ye nhwe ni ye owu asem obi ba obi yire obi kunu obi papa na de watena ho se ya bopa na de na o kan ho nsem a wo so betumi ato nti emfanya nsani ani eno beboy nra na nado Danko Akufo-Addo emra yie no achi security fo eka no ho so mo ba no achim tafo ehonom na tafo amani bunsu sesa kwan na so mi an be mfie mienu ni ase bi to me ko kuma se na driver ode me ko no no di kan ne nipa asempa kwadi achim tafo junction no so honom a asempa na omo bi wuye nya accident na terrible pa ono ne ba ni nyina omo nyina omo na anopa no yesi beto social media yesi politician politicians say wakodi aduro akoye sei afei Adum TV UTV ni other stations no ya omo interview me na afei the social media na change Adum akode we are sorry nam si we so beto omu san oti ase enti yesi oduru hon mo no na kia across way na accident etisa ebaye hadwen yakoye to say emai mu no say sari nkura na ebo anabi bisa no people take it for granted
especially sir
but enya dia e was bad sir ye di kan yenua no a wanya ne ba bi kro no nyame mfa ni sie ye mabusuafo yakọ na nyame ena wonim na yasre say omu nyina mpagi o mani so nhwe nyame na Danko Akufo-Addo so no ye mani trinkwa ene wo mo ka hu ni na said social media na mo kan ne bi no ho nsema mo kan ade no owu ani man DC o ene man PP owu ani mo bia ena anya hwe kura se nya baye ana nya temdidi a se sabe minimi nua twumti hei ana se memeti hei se mi wu a ho mfa so be no benya enti ya nwene nkwani mu ne wu se nipa baako ya ni aye man ni ene sa beboai obese ebinum prepare serious point ebinum prepare ya musu huma ye kofa o mode o mo ebae nyame ema o mu nyina onyankopon eno no se ka ne ye nde o mo na tim no plan ye bompa ye mo onyame na oye oyaresafo
ɛni nti mpa bɔ ne sɛ Awurade no no ebe sorry na wo mo aka no so wapagya wo mo ni brim em so wachina na nyame pa
serious
wachina na nyame pa yes ye kaya yefo edan ya na yewu aba omia
oh yes sorry
ya se mo
so bi tiwom na se se wonu apira no da yare sabia obra ano kira wo se nipa ko no obi oda no de
site
ano de
anyaka
da bi nyanya ka
you see care tracks
asa kia no ebia
ani ya kia no what's kia na asa ya na fa bo
we drive on sa road now you careful
especially that stretch
I'm telling you
especially that stretch
and we yaka we no ma fa we ntwem enyinam amanfo cross kwan ya sebi they have no regard for min kan dada enyinam udu enyinam na wanhwe yi a the way am cross kwan na am nhwe kwan enye o
ama hene yam konam de am allergic to set sites empire ne body ama wo nyame pa im se wachina ene yeraba omia im se kai fo no edan ne hu sensem no im se na otwi mo na china ena
ade kai fo no Dr. Baumia de
o se ya campaign no mu no ne e ka bibi se o se etimi nya baabi a wo mo so benya baabi etimi atena am ya mo mu training ene ade im se dan no mo wie wa shama
o muzini wa shama
yes you better hu nsem brepam
no minim say but the location is what I'm just
na me ba yeah kaya yi or they say yeah immigration for the na me nua mu nyina kan
I just learned say a box no cook na no can cook
passing on
content be wo mu bia the point is say violence you know be justified enye nyansasem enti wo kan na se bia ekoye say asojafo nso so na akobo wo mo a eno mo so be share mo so a
say so you need I'm not sure they would there
so what you say sense for posifo na akoya but enano immigration undertake adwuma wa ye any modern man immigration wonu mo anu o matima akoye no se bibi sa akoto o mo a me giri so bia na ni da ho na adwene da ho no would really condemn this kind of so what you say enye papa adie benti eno se mukodi nsemu we eche obi onu hye uniform adie ba ko amesua ni say as a parent for example we a parent na teacher ni aboba now we bold na eno kranye bold out of effrontery na ukowura classroom ekobu ni bia teacher no authority no ya dia wa undermine no forever onya sa moral strength ni biem in the same vein migration for yenuma dwuma omu ye o say yem border post ni ade no onua dwuma we mu yenyi omu a ebi kura nka ebi a infiltrators anasa terrorists no koma infiltrate omu ye dwuma we say nyina na say do free say momo doors ntini pa ba ko a na free say more bema to the extent say immigration for no doors a could you have attempted that enye nyansasem eni nti obi a obusa say die ne wom ana die ne wom no eno no ye one issue ba mpokura say ne ya de boni bia edie nti na o say o mfamra kwan so and I thank God say assistance now woman ntimi mabontin say substance we na ne wom efekura na dia beto abontin say eyeko na koku so ebu
so mo let no kwada anka hwe o so let na ama content
nti no kura let na ama no you are making room for speculation fortunately say Coca-Cola and aba eni nti koku mu biba nyanse wo mri say we need to condemn it but only accept the idea say indiscipline ade no limited now dia accumulated a year we all need to put our hands on deck to fight it ma inject sanity because ebetomato bia enye nyansasem na so the Kofi Adams di nkomo na o can be say alignment and answer then realignment osenkafo kan se bi say Ecclesiastes 9 or say there is nothing new under the sun. I remember 2008. I think if you remember, NDC for the show manifesto. Lean government pay 32. To the extent so efficient. Oh, I have all the list here. No, first year we kaya so Greek any fisheries boom. Less than 2 years no team. And as politicians, no consistency is key because MPP near maybe a oh yeah no. Nyame adaroma yempa ebone se ba omia beba Banyame so na kasa said there be mon ko home a nia wo kan ne no be consistent with it. Yes sir, we are taking Ghanaians for granted. Yes sir, reputation, credibility was a political parties ye nya no na emwa. There's our opposition there. You have an answer MBBA. Nemo mu ba ban mu dia eno there is otherwise. And we should also be measured say your manifesto no ye attacking kan ya. Enka ebema akukoduro bone no eswati. Ebi na making pay 32 I have their manifesto year 2008. I have it here. Any you can read everything, isn't it? And I shall give me. Wait 2012. No, wait 2000 this manifesto 2012. Wait 2016. The 2008 I have it here.
And then maybe there's 2012.
Oh, me woni nyina wa ha. Me mfa bi nsie. It also bakura na kafa na balance. Is that not the 2008? Oh, wo mo yi nyina no keka ni nyina de. Ghana for ya dom te koma wo mo a. Wo mo wo abodi ya na P16 na na sansem ni nyina no ewo. Eni ti dia mesra ni say wo trase ni ade no. Constitution no say ye free so how bi wo ho a. Both MPP and NDC PNC other parties ni nyina no. Yen trase na ye hunu say yen selling ni anameboa. So long as say no nya maaye ni de. Aban no wono ni free say na ni suade hunu ni. Ni ametimi di nipa ahodo say na di aye. And in say about first no. Nam say ni suade hunu no eson mebrebe ni nti no. There were other ministries that were created. As soon as one finish one duties no, they had to be realigned. So it is with governance. And to see any better I say, Upo for nipa 20. Impo say Krana ye born 2. Yera mama saw the nipa 60. But Omia saw the 40. Sorry, 50. Adia betting, a big crab PNC crab Baba Bonte said 20. Oh no, Niswadi no. Hadam Buana. And I say a beer. Or they say CPP also see bia meso kra no 40 ye nyina ye ntanse niam build a consensus but eno no nyama ene de it's time you stop playing to the gallery populist talks ne ade no enya de beboa especially say wo kan bi ye ba e be keka bom ne ade wo ka bom ani be say 1.5 years and now sa team ye actors me break
just quickly on media this idea of there's a correlation between size of government and cost of government. Oh, ka budget you can say your new revenues na your budget no your team finance ni nyina partly is because of the size of government ayewo. Oh, the size of government ekosura ma sika aban editua kanen sanwema no eno so ekosoro. Nemo my issue and say yes here approve sa latest minister see because ye pese aban realignment. Sebi Mr. Mika minority for no he no more since 2017. You've approved all kinds of ministers. You didn't know there was the need for a realignment. It gives an impression saying it's not because you really are looking for realignment. Because realignment, after 7 months, na mwako fieno. And no nazia mu demanding realignment. It tells you that there is more to it than this contrived claims a realignment or mushe. But you see, your current realignment, my issue is let's have standardized ministries. And found me I can say abaya ebebia once you have those standardized ministries you can work with them but says here obia sorry now a man figure now my issue with the former president Muhammad is you've had the opportunity and obey and you were able to work with 80 agufa dubai onukra who said it was a balloon government and yadia obe fuaso Obaye, all kinds of ridiculous positions or criti. Young Contio, Juma I from Nusum into his microphone, and at the end would justify the means. And in a new team, all right. And I or around me bizarre. Does it justify the gargantuan government size? No. Exactly. And if we say, Akufado said,
maybe that's why Admakoka, the principle, we lack the principle to be truthful to ourselves. So I just say, say, Yanka, ministries now, on that alignment. And you are even saying, you cannot align communication and
information. They should stand differently. Absolutely.
Maybe the difference in these manifestos of political parties in Banese. Umbekasa sa enkosa biem. Ti se Pualugu, 11 million has been sunk.
We need to find out where the money went.
Exactly.
Yes,
it's unfortunate.
And
it's a tax waivers,
tax exemptions. Now we have a law actually that limits the extent to which you can do the exemptions.
If we have a vice president who now is the flag bearer, who said once upon a time on this show that the biggest achievement in the north is the Pualugu stuff.
Really?
Yeah. And if you jump into Pualugu, absolutely nothing. And now the argument is about feasibility studies, environmental impact assessment, whatever, and all those things, costing us this amount of money. Is that how?
Okay. Mizi, if there is a change of government, we need to do a lot of audits.
But why do we always wait for a change of government before we get to why do we do that?
No, the person who's auditing.
So you're engaging representing the interest of Ghana, especially with the security agencies and investigative bodies and these other.
What is a OSB now? We need case back. What is it we were prosecuted successful case back Ukrada?
Well,
I'm interested. So the point is, when you appoint people, it is difficult, and we created that OSP because the understanding is that it is difficult for government to always audit itself and to prosecute its own members on cases of corruption. And the government an independent body, Bimbra. Now it is telling us that it is even worse than what we had in the past.
Okay, so
I think you're not crying.
These issues about cement and grader and other matters arising in that conversation. But Fidelity Force subject false allegations by Freema shows on social media. Our attention has been drawn to a video posted on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook by an individual using the nickname Freema Shows. This video contains a series of unfounded allegations against Fidelity Bank and calls for a boycott of the bank. We categorically state that the assertions made in this video are entirely false, misguided, and without merit. We urge the discerning public and our valued customers to disregard this video and treat it with the contempt it deserves. Fidelity Bank Ghana Limited is resilient and poised to continue serving our cherished customers and all stakeholders. We have taken steps with relevant stakeholders to engage the individual responsible to immediately retract and issue an apology. Should she fail to do so, our external counsel has been instructed to take legal action.
It's not easy to a brand like Fidelity. Fidelity has become a global. It's becoming more like a regional bank. Now, sorry, it's social media. I'm for destroy others.
I saw it last weekend. And I discovered this because.
But why would somebody?
But I'm telling you, statement here was okay. Even though before I mean, they let me not more Fidelity, but I can tell without fear. I don't know why. I don't know why.
It's becoming too much.
People have to be careful with the kind of information they put out there because it's becoming too much.
It's about our country's reputation. Once upon a time, but the image of your reputation of your country
is very key.
The reputation of your country is key, no matter what.
And even yourself.
Sene, maybe sene MPP ne also. Into a more dinner as a main say no. Nasa dia chininya meso mra. Eya den na dia asay no. Obo hu de receive video babeka. Mind you, Ghana is not living in an island. Globally. There will be beer upon a click of a button. Maybe you are selling a negative image to the world.
People lose interest in that bank as a business.
MPP so and this is also. Now so we MPP who so anoding. We are social media communicator. Oberman a yini nyina no a signal odema ewiase. But man one thing is certain. And ya my question me brebe nyina wo e bibrem ha ene yen Ghana ese no. Enya ni nyina enesi wo Europe ni America wo. But they try as much as possible so almost on it so a creative positive image into context of beko. Na yan dia ntina e kom anabufuo anababia mi frenti no me kana masai no without without considering even your personal image.
Okay.
Now you so you can be because you can send phone so many you can be. Of course. On crofoni bi adwuma ebinom ye no ba bi tantan any ade ade no. Minia. What you say? Omo in medicine, omo yare conference chronic me share the right term nam the amount. Say enam it say misinformation any disinformation it me the yare kura manipa. So over psychology for so be catch us say nipa mebre mental issues ne manema mebre no media any social media no and then so contribute to. We care less about the substance of our information. So long as you say obeka obu okra na dwan say me na me dey breaking news. What is the essence of it? Okay.
So yen komra.
Ninti no na me fan to GJ menua echamfo ani you saying Donfo.
Albert Kejo.
Yes, in as much as they all fighting for the right and protection of mono. One trust and so na yen hwe ne yen sanction crofo mo media no mususu a wo mo twem hwe awie ba yi. New media no you have no control.
That's the challenge.
It's unregulated. I don't know me twase about making reference to momu je ya motie ani mu yi. Awie ba yi hwe voice crowd regulatory program, moderating program no. Look at the nature of the voice. Hwe choice of words. We are crying so obi so
obi a okikim de any choice. Anope bia bi mu ho a almost stand say be kikim.
Olympic and Paralympic Games in Edison. Paso of France. Paris 2024. Africa Origin Travels and Sports Tourism. Odieko Paris. When was Africa Origin e bano say yemfa manfo kwatwa go Kensia hodoa. Odi muntinti manpa wo Ghana na Africa babia. Wa kani wo biem. Obi opeso kwatwa bi. Ono na tumi nyina se ne nsa. Sa obeko bi no wa feel comfortable dia. Aya Africa Origin. Entifa wo passport. Na yekwa Africa Origin Travels and Sports Tourism on co register this year. Ani kasam ne say. Wo tia $700 per $700. With them, baby, I'll bet that in Srasha France Mountain soon. Friend number in the register this year 0544 347 002. I said that line here 15th May. Yeah, call France.
Across Africa, a new era has begun. Shifting our focus to a new horizon, connecting us with one purpose: to create and share opportunities to grow. Brighter tomorrow, built by our dreams and our energy. Across our continent, across the world, we are creating a better way to a better future. A Pan-African future, together. EcoBank, a better way, a better.
So yes. Now we say we jiweni and one is with the 500 Ghana cedis in Mohomo. But to EcoBank account mu or EcoBank in Krabata and now Express Point BRA Bengo. Who to me so the fa EcoBank mobile. So now we to me di wo chefa wa chedia be bro 1 million Ghana cedis e wo EcoBank million gang promo ni mu EMG. Anio every May boso me ko 31st July 2024. Enipa be bro 7,000 be feel soft life bankasa. Ye EcoBank customer na we am fa wo kon ho kai say 500 cedis bia wo de beto account mu no wonya point wo EcoBank million gang no mu eneya EMG enti fasika to account mu eneya na di wo chefa wo sika ne achede be bro 1.2 million Ghana cedis ni mu kwampa wo be fa so agi weni wa brabom kwampapa ebibi man papa EcoBank the Pan-African Bank akrade ena lady won sa hase na ekoso won Caritas platform no so. You say Grobo yes. Now we say we jiweni and one is say with the 500 Ghana cedis in Mohomo. But to EcoBank account mu or EcoBank in Krabata and now Express Point BRA Bengo. Who to me so the fa EcoBank mobile. So now we to me di wo chefa wa chedia be bro 1 million Ghana cedis e wo EcoBank million gang promo ni mu EMG. Anio every May boso me ko 31st July 2024. Enipa be bro 7,000 be feel soft Sports Life ankasa. Be ye Ecobank customer o. Na we yamfa wo kon ho. Kai say 500 cedis bia wo de beto account mu no. Wonya point wo Ecobank million gang no mu enne ya. EMG. Enti fasika to account mu enne ya. Na di wo chefa wo sika ne achede be bro. 1.2 million Ghana cedis ni mu. Kwampa wo be faswa jiweni wa brabom. Kwampapa, ebibi man papa. Ecobank, the Pan-African Bank.
Akradie ene lady won Sasha here. Na ekoso won Caritas platform no so.
So for one final time.
Inside the final.
Into the final.
Catch the final days of the Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, the UEFA Champions League, and other major cup finals from May to June. Stay connected to GoTV to witness live in all the finals on GoTV. Even when the last whistle is blown, it's not over yet. Brace yourself for the UEFA Euros 2024, only on SuperSport. GoTV.
Malaria fever, typhoid fever, body and menstrual pain, cold and jointed, loss of appetite, say a punua,
Ghana. Enti embre yese ye yamanyo semi. Embra so se ye de ensayeba. E de okendifo a odwene mmabunu mma ene nkwada ho. Ene manana kwame bedi akwaba. Okendifo pa a woyi ne ho asi wo se opese odi omanyi so. E de imputuo ni ensayebre obiara. Onye okendifo a otese amanyofo bia yenim won. Oye okendifo owo anidaso ene akomapa. Se obedie nyuma e de omanyi asi bedi pa. Beka nana kwame bedi akoho awo sa nkoso ene imputo anamantu a otuyo nefa won toboa boa ni dwumedie a wato din se Save Ghana Fund no na afi we die ye giaman asi baby pa so pese wo boa call www.nkb.com.gh and now say for our phone dial *887*2024# na boa mayenji Ghana si obi Ghana Fway! Yay! Tema Fway! Yay! Afi! Yasandi Asempe FM Champions League Fun Day on the 1st of June. Yani o share the UEFA Champions League final in a grand style with T Havana restaurant. Ghana Fway! Tema Fway! Yay! Yasandi Asempe FM Champions League Fun Day on Saturday, the 1st of June. Bakaye Womi UEFA Champions League final in a grand style. Wow. T Havana Restaurant and Gardens. Tema Community 9. Why winning? Borussia Dortmund and Real Madrid. Jekukuru Giants Train Poli. City Havana. Check game number 1. Sieni Ross. Champions League Fun Day with T Havana. Team Bia also supported Jesse Brami and Tala. The share some perfect. To my family at Doom TV presenters Nina. Nansana match in the Mesha Senu Mirakrano. Yabe Genie Fiano Panai. Consistent match in the Mesha. Fun games are already at JDB. Saturday 1st June 2024. Our T Havana. Nasata. The radio programs are doing in Edinburgh live at T Havana. Our Semper FM Champions League Fun Day. I am powered by Semper Sports. Supported by Doom FM. And Doom TV. Sponsored by Juango Energy Drink. Keeps you going. No fears, no limits. Sintas Tank. I am tough. I am strong. Franco Trading Enterprise. Phone Papa Fee. Global Lighting Center. Your solution to quality lighting. And Kania Papa Fee. Jama Detergents. Your partner for clean clothes. Asempe FM Champions League Fun Day. Hashtag Asempe FM UCL Fun Day. Jack, my initial board. Ghana Fway. Tama Fway. Yasadi Asempe FM Champions League Fun Day number. Saturday, the 1st of June. Bakaye Womi UEFA Champions League final in a grand Star. What? Havana Restaurant and Gardens. Summer Community 9. Why ne winning? Borussia Dortmund and Real Madrid. Jekukuru Giants Train Polia City Havana. Train game number 1. Siani Ross. Champions League Fante Oti Havana. Timbia also supported Jesse Brami and Tala. The share some perfect. To my family Adum TV presenters Nina. Nansana match in the Bashas and Umracrano. Yaben Genie Fiano Panai. Consistent match in the Bashas. Fun games are already at JDP. Saturday 1st June 2024. Oti Havana. Nasata. The radio programs are doing in the live of 50 Havana. Awesome perfect Champions League Fante. I am powered by some passports. Supported by Adum FM and Adum TV. Sponsored by Juango Energy Drink. Keeps you going. No fears, no limits. Sinter's Tank. I am tough. I am strong. Franco Trading Enterprise. From Papa Fee. Global Lighting Center. Your solution to quality lighting. And Kania Papa Fee. Jama Detergents. Your partner for clean clothes. Asempa FM Champions League Fun Day. Hashtag Asempa FM UCL Fun Day. Jack, my initial board.
Tontonte yenum nsane e fadwen
ne e fadwen mpa say na nim say brebi beba ama tontina 74 opa ye ne simple T74 abeye aduru
tontina 74 ana T74 asa twe yadwene asina nanom dodo so say de na dodo bua ma nanom enyare basabasa no saa na tontina 74 ana T74 ebo nipadua no
e mo immune support enti obi onum bie no abrebia ne ho den
tontina 74 yin so yaye no say nsuo krokro wa kama enti baby a wonam bia obetimi de wade akọ
samene wa ankefi na ekroyi eda no nko na wie ye wa bra mennom T74
samennom tontina 74 amenya hoodin mennom ne dabia
T74 yi eye hahama ene ye de aye na DHC ena aframa na ye kama saa no T74 ahoden ni apomuden ko a
wokọ pharmacy ana baby to nro bia ubenya tontina 74 yi bia to
T74 yi enye ma oba wafa afuro ana obi a o manufo ana se obi a onya mfie dumienu
eto phone 050-162-8931 and 0246-073-498 FDA agi adwadien krat
Martin, my show with my homba. Papa told him, let me so be here scan. Now only scan we here. Mama mi susi nyina aka mitu musa.
My way so far so na bi no. Sikefia mi tia ne gusu mi bia no, e so far so no. Me from my pet, you know mo ba me moa. Eni so bia bo ma ba so yi. Me didi na eye na enfa so.
Aya kai say, abrebia obey my way insurance no. Wo de obusuani mapa baako ebe hye so. Me tire say ofri mu nko ade a, ye be kwa wo a. Na wa na wo ye my way insurance no de. Ye be kwa wo a abra wo ko yade kwankro. Yade anankwanhia abubu agu a wo ye wo ho hwea enye. Impo wakoda yare sabia ebro na mienu. Se wadi 18 ekopin 59 a wo apomudin a. Ubetumi abeka my way abusia no. For phone, ne dial *165#. Ewo MTN so se sia. Sanye my way a. Ka say no way.
Martin. My show with my homba. Papa told him, let me so be here scan. Now only scan we here. Mama mi susi nyina aka mitu musa.
My way so far so na bi no. Sikefia mi tia ne gusu mi bia no, e so far so no. Me from my pet, you know mo ba me moa. Eni so bia bo ma ba so yi. Me didi na eye na enfa so.
Aya kai say, abrebia obey my way insurance no. Wo de obusuani mapa baako ebe hye so. Me tire say ofri mu nko ade a, ye be kwa wo a. Na wa na wo ye my way insurance no de. Ye be kwa wo a abra wo ko yade kwankro. Yade anankwanhia abubu agu a wo ye wo ho hwea enye. Impo wakoda yare sabia ebro na mienu. Se wadi 18 ekopin 59 a wo apomudin a. Ubetumi abeka my way abusia no. For phone, ne dial *165#. Ewo MTN so se sia. Sanye my way a. Ka say no way.
Ghana Fway! Franco! Esa the electrical appliances for Frabe Joshua! Washing machines, Asian women, CCTV cameras, and need all clear!
Abi you know that. Seba mobile phones, this are iPhones, Infinix, Nokia, Samsung, any de keka ho. Anyone says you na Franco. In na ubinya de papa, ne water foam say Franco air conditioners. Every 1.5, adequacy 2.5 horsepower. Samsung Franco TV. Every 32, adequacy 85 inches. Franco, Essence tabletop, double decker, any chest freezers. And change na mahoden kwa. Hwehwe Franco kwabata bi e benwo. Ne mom head office. Ewada braka. One Roxy Cinema ne die nimre. Friend 0246 422 338. In a 055 5939 311. Franco Electrical Appliances Papa. Efie.
This is what it has come to, the moment that defines a season. It's the finale, and I want it all. I want all the gold and the drama. I want Pep and Klopp racing for the top. I want the biggest stars shining on Champions League nights. I want the fairy tale stories and the glory. I want the passion of Serie A. I want the flair of La Liga. I want the Premier League. I want the football finals. I want it all. Reconnect to catch every match live on TV.
Across Africa, a new era has begun. Shifting our focus to a new horizon, connecting us with one purpose: to create and share opportunities to grow. Brighter tomorrow, built by our dreams and our energy. Across our continent, across the world, we are creating a better way to a better future. A Pan-African future. Together. EcoBank. A better way, a better.
Himself grow boy yes. Nanswa we say we jiweni and one say we the 500 Ghana cedis in moho but to EcoBank account mu wo EcoBank in Krabata and Express Point BRA benwo utumi so the fa EcoBank mobile so na we betumi adi wo chefa wa chede be bro 1 million Ghana cedis e wo EcoBank million gang promo ni mu EMG anio every May bosumi kosi 31st July 2024 enipa be bro 7,000 be feel soft life ankasa be ye EcoBank customer na we yan fa wo ko kai say 500 cedis bia wo de beto account mu no wonya point wo EcoBank million gang ni mu enne ya EMG enti fasika to account mu enne ya na di wo chefa wo sika ne achede be bro 1.2 million Ghana cedis ni mu kwampa wo be fa so ajiweni wa brabom kwampapa ebibi man papa EcoBank the Pan-African Bank
Akradie ena lady won sa hase na ekoso won Caritas platform no so
himself grow boy yes. Nanswa we say we jiweni and one say we the 500 Ghana cedis in moho but to EcoBank account mu wo EcoBank in Krabata and Express Point BRA benwo utumi so the fa EcoBank mobile so na we betumi adi wo chefa wa chede be bro 1 million Ghana cedis e wo EcoBank million gang promo ni mu EMG anio every May bosumi kosi 31st July 2024 enipa be bro 7,000 be feel soft life ankasa be ye EcoBank customer na we yan fa wo ko kai say 500 cedis bia wo de beto account mu no wonya point wo EcoBank million gang ni mu enne ya EMG enti fasika to account mu enne ya na di wo chefa wo sika ne achede be bro 1.2 million Ghana cedis ni mu kwampa wo be fa so ajiweni wa brabom kwampapa ebibi man papa EcoBank the Pan-African Bank
Akradie ena lady won sa hase na ekoso won Caritas platform no so
December ba so dia no so my Ghana ye sibre ne ye bobre asesa esan aba 20 mesra mi biso ye bekoso to anama ye tui anase ye bepom ye twasa foforo a edi mpuntu ene agoto bebre anu ye no wo ye nyina ye nsem na mom hunu se woni hu hia ma Ghana to the new force ajibre embo voters ID card registration hu dawro se obiara bebie no akwaje ne de o kasa hu hia ma Ghana o kokromoti ene wutumi ene okwanya wo se wo de ensesaye beba o my Ghana mu emma obiara ndada menye din so sorry na kwaje wo voters ID card koso bosumi me de toso nson ekosi aduonu nson na de toso aduasa no wa yira wo de bia ubetimi akwaje fofo tutumrika sisi a ne kwaye wo de kayo ababia huhia wo dachi ani wo kokromoti sanka ye efri nana kwame bediako any the new force asweye
Ghana for why ready ana Game Park Limited a lottery company for ewa Ghana Kromha e dia grow for Abeja na e sase every 15 September 2023 tuso aba da wakoma so every the number 1 Equity 36 chani boom na share nim say wo be disika bocho wa bra ye yi number na pie bobo hu na ye ready say wo be di mula wa bra wo twa from 1 Ghana cedi to 350 cedis na face kana wo be twa no fa bo hu predio no nsia me kire 26 times e was up pick one game yimu but star 946 hash e networks ni nyina so and now betimi download the Game Park app no e wo yen website ni so www.gameparkgames.com share live draws e wo Adum TV anopa no nkron ewia dumienu e na nwumre no nsia debia Game Park more mula more power Sagrodi National Lottery Authority in Sashase undi mfie du nwoche a endi Sagrodi bono wa hweyem
Yay! Tema fue! Yay! Afi! Yasandi Asempe from Champions League Fun Day on the 1st of June. Yani will share the UEFA Champions League final in a grand style with T Havana restaurant. Ghana fue! Tema fue! Yay! Yasandi Asempe from Champions League Fun Day Saturday, the 1st of June. Bakaye Omi and UEFA Champions League final in a grand style. Wow! T Havana Restaurant and Gardens, Summer Community 9. Winnie. Borussia Dortmund and Real Madrid. Yekukuru Giants Train Polia, City Havana. Train game number 1. Siani Road. Champions League Fun Day with T Havana. Timbia was supporting Jesse Brami and Tala. The share some perfect. To my family, Adum TV presenters Nina. Nansana match in the Bashas and Yumiracrano. Yaben Genie Fiano Panai. Consistent match in the Bashas. Fun games are already at JDB. Saturday 1st June 2024. Our T Havana. Nasata. Your radio programs are tuning in live at T Havana. Awesome FM Champions League Fun Day. I am powered by some passports. Supported by Adum FM and Adum TV. Sponsored by Juango Energy Drink. Keeps you going. No fears, no limits. Sintas Tank. I am tough. I am strong. Franco Trading Enterprise. For Papa Fee. Global Lighting Center. Your solution to quality lighting. And Kania Papa Fee. Jama Detergents. Your partner for clean clothes. Asempe FM Champions League Fun Day. Hashtag Asempe FM UCL Fun Day. Jack, my initial board. Ghana Fue. Tama Fue. Yay! Yasandi Asempe FM Champions League Fun Day Saturday, the 1st of June. Bakaye Omi and UEFA Champions League final in a grand style. Wow! T Havana Restaurant and Gardens, Summer Community 9. Winnie. Borussia Dortmund and Real Madrid. Yekukuru Giants Train Polia, City Havana. Train game number 1. Siani Road. Champions League Fun Day with T Havana. Timbia was supporting Jesse Brami and Tala. The share some perfect. To my family, Adum TV presenters Nina. Nansana match in the Bashas and Yumiracrano. Yaben Genie Fiano Panai. Consistent match in the Bashas. Fun games are already at JDB. Saturday 1st June 2024. Our T Havana. Nasata. Your radio programs are tuning in live at T Havana. Awesome FM Champions League Fun Day. I am powered by some passports. Supported by Adum FM and Adum TV. Sponsored by Juango Energy Drink. Keeps you going. No fears, no limits. Sintas Tank. I am tough. I am strong. Franco Trading Enterprise. For Papa Fee. Global Lighting Center. Your solution to quality lighting. And Kania Papa Fee. Jama Detergents. Your partner for clean clothes. Asempe FM Champions League Fun Day. Hashtag Asempe FM UCL Fun Day. Jack, my initial board.
Asempa FM. Asempa FM. Asempa FM.
Wamangene Babina Sande. Wamangene Babina Sande. Wamangene Babina Sande. What I say, what carry I want.
Yeah, back. I must say that's what you say. My main car say hi, Pacho Asempa 94.7. And Augustus Huti. Syntex tank also car says your preferred tank. Make sure say Bibia or maybe I'll be saving Zuba Crownsu tank is a Syntex tank. Very strong and very tough. Over 300 agents nationwide. Over so order now to tank Ibia now Busemun Komoya 0244 335 168 0244 335 168. And I say, call on social media handles now at Syntex Ghana. And I say, shop online at www.syntexgh.com. Tabia herbal mixture, kutia malaria or kwansonko na samu awodin sonko, ye boost your immune system. Inti make sure say tabia herbal mixture malaria kwatia no mwa bememu inti shene so say tabia range of products no odibedi juma 0243 686861 or 0245 749206. Now what timini one akasa. Give us, and so say, and they want to give us cool capsules about a for your waist, for your pal, and I'm might be answer you for Precopedia. We might give us cool capsules. Give us herbal mixture, malaria, typhoid, and I will do my tones who are if you're Precopedia. And I give us GC mixture and then the capsules. At that time, say, oh, John, so now, and I say, and man so STIs so a boy free now fe the give us P capsules so a boy my mema and so mujina mona so precope me Kyle give us a pharmacy bia nationwide ubenya bi ato ewodum dodo na kasa the phrase 0543 222 470 0543 222 470 and 050 68 5113 I think one in charge of common fund.
Natoshi.
The Iron Natoshi.
Yeah, former MP for MZ Tama East or West. Tama West.
On a color I'm going to.
How do I charge of common fund?
Yeah, DSF, no, yeah.
No, there was a Kofi Adams.
No, there are concerns, really. I'm for says you cannot contaminate at the end. Well, I think you should host one of these. Whether Sikano ban Mbano as they do her now, I or transit. I have no idea.
Former deputy ambassador to America.
Oh, really?
And the first time, yes.
And I use MPA one or
Mustafa Ahmed.
Hey, me Sheikh no.
Hey,
Sheikh Mutum Gacho.
So,
fine man that.
And Penisa would be a
or a fine that. Uzi wa fine. I'm not fine that.
And Penisa the initial my Yankasa.
Oh,
Ejumanti or Ejuma.
Because the same Casa Diana.
The way I fetch them. 2 minutes. The way I
not the Diana.
Yeah, okay.
Now, the same Penisa the initial my Yankasa.
As you say,
why busy in Tia?
Can I say, now see you better and who came back. You want the dozo, regulator, you want also.
Discussion, which aspect of agenda setting?
Don't be crabbing, because any people I think Pacho, you're going to cement matters, no greater for a trade minister.
But my what I've come to learn about politics is there are never friends in politics. You can't say they were assuming it's chumti. I know all the opposition think command they different. Chumba be moi be friend abre. Masa odi ukra US in ukra minu na opposition. Ukra
the party mu any aban no munti yenye missing.
Masa now aban ukra to think about it. They behind there. Now who are ben you even do go.
Oh, I think.
Board member be.
Opes asimati. Dear me then say. The mandate I gave to Akufo-Addo no one disappointing.
The question is
one disappointing Ghanaians.
But one
and a citizen say. And a citizen say.
Oh, I know now share factor to education so come.
Now I'm talking about city education.
the uncommon.
You put it together.
You can see the
you can't say
one day. Pacho, yes, I think
and you just hold on Pacho. There's a problem. And then I'm maybe some water. Maybe some water. Yes or no? What's your winter? The man said, I'm Humberto. Ghanaians gave him the money.
Including myself.
I think that's
so one told the energy mandate there's a problem.
Oh no.
Mandate
so also the Nukura you are not going to be ungrateful. As smart as said that as
Mother, I go out and do it. Oh, me now what do you mean I shouldn't be
in as smart as you are looking at it from the darker side, no. I'm also telling you.
I'm not looking at it from
and look at it.
It's your story, me besides of what.
You can't use me as an individual.
You're part of the system. I'm not an appointment.
The majority of the mandate.
You come majority no.
Oh, you can't box me
anyway. Enter us.
Me say the mandate Ghanaians gave them no. Papa no 1 billion.
The money we gave him was for him to make better our lives.
Oh yes, and of course it is.
So I'm asking you. You see, me as a researcher, you see, you have a sample in this studio.
No.
And you have never go beside Ghana, but we are Ghana and you be South. Yes or no? I am.
The mandate edition and others.
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
Na yewo kakra bi esinto.
Oh yes. Anybody you there o man hene e free and power betina he. Opa me enfrɛ.
Is the topic no change no.
Oh na say ba ye wo.
Na come na we dey na just by the
one
me betina how man no kremu pa no. Say who kofa obi onu see communication person.
Obi dey sinto.
Yeah, me better say CSM ya say here. And no there. It is the work of the critics. But what is more important they say after the criticisms you profess solutions.
Okay.
Yes Ghana say here no. Everybody is a strong critique. But when it comes to say solution, they say I feel now you try to.
Our pain others to think the solutions as a man okay.
Oh you nipa eduman wo.
Well, all you think about solutions, I see me, I am Piamicano. Sorry. And the topic is a very sensitive topic.
We will come back and see whether Nana the ban or buy.
So now
we have enough time to assess the before he has
bank account. Be a Monday, a week today, wait me a catch your Mukrano account. You come and debate it.
Okay.
Now, some many of you have that transfer box with the Juman and the Yacho.
Okay.
And he knows that every tricks in it, I am not going to fall into it.
Okay.
I'm too mature for that.
So, what told you? Some of us
are sure. Be careful. I think don't do that.
Okay, let's make it. My younger son.
Mati communication. So when it comes to agenda setting, a dear person, oh, you know, that means some about that. An experienced person, I'm still insisting, say, Ghanaians gave and you be beyond 100%. Of course, the exogenous factors are there. Any answer near my back on them, but comparatively, no. So far, you
compared against whom?
Say you don't want to be grateful.
No, compared to
where we pick it from.
For what some so enough
where we pick it from.
And no conversation.
Oh, no worry. The hear some ground from Mexico.
Certain governments, no. Etimi exhaustive issues, no. Your fat topic back one.
Me hear them the mumu kan ho munam cha be mumu kan ho
that day what ya ba mu dia na ye mum asembe sabi o se na tia ba mu
ye kai me hear asem
wa hear asem say
ye
na me so wa hear asem am so me ka me dia dia
oh che so wa hear asem pa no bless all the cement no me ne di kan
tyranny in opposition e bi no what you say ya no siabo
ne di kan em say cement hun zemzem no mami ja asem free bibia minister no ne o kan no I think that the minister needs to recognize that this is not a centralized economy. Ghana is a free market economy. And you want to me price setting, you want to now price control and determine say BBC. The prices of goods and services are determined by the market. Want me to now office and kaze semen bua kosunti entiso. Only sad to me no. And answer no obi setting a price. There are a lot of factors that nipa no consider. And I'll tell you say, when it comes to goods like cement, in this production, some of the intermediate goods are imported. No, you cannot tell them say nyoma ye kraba no, because dollar no aging no. You are forcing them to absorb the exchange rate differentials. Nientia and cement boa asa kosuru na ni say exchange rate no so aman hoso. Some of the intermediate goods no ye kraba ye nya no Ghana ha clinker na asifo no enya brochi na diba. Me boa na say ye crane one ba na ye nton wo Ghana cedis mu dollars na editor. Ave last week okoto na $5 and in terms of Ghana cedis na it was around say 60 cedis for example. Na ene okoto adi the same $5 no na ene 100 cedis. We see or no should absorb the difference no normal you can say consumer no enkoso ntua no tua no. What kind of business sense is that? What kind of business sense is that? And I told the beer, I say you pay for no ETS, say, no man will Sabi, Yenjimi, you Sabi, so Yenjimi.
I measured.
I'm too Sabino. Oh, Minya can you tell me to finance and my back communication? Oh, me Sabi. Sabi to Sabi. Sabi is not justified. I tell you, me see for the minister to assume that by telling cement producers muntiso omantiso na akwedi say o abende okaso muntiso na omu no mantiso and me catch say this is what is centralized economy. You need a and the prices of these goods are determined in the market and look those is an control,
an attempt to regulate pricing.
You can't regulate prices in a free market economy, and that's all I've been trying to tell you. What you must hear and the minister say if you want to help us buy in Ghana for to buy cement at cheaper prices fix the exchange rate. That is all there is to it. What you must say? Say exchange rate to be fixed here. Nipa na or crack clinker and other intermediate goods no. Nipa would not be forced to transfer the exchange rate differentials no into the pricing. Now yes also a price no and cost but okoto adi no say exchange rate agency mu. Say is almost 15 cedis. You expect the producer, why do people produce? Your fair will be like private firm. What is their motive? The driver will be to become an entrepreneur and not to become a producer. What I say? The objective function of every firm, But the thing is, Obia oil producer and a firm. At the end of the day, if Ufa or Mobibia, they are seeking to maximize profit. That is all they are seeking to do. Nani pano, Okotonima wa manoniaba. All the way in the production. No cost because Ghana cedis is less in terms of value compared to the dollar. Now and the price now cost. We see there be because we're minister on giant objective function, which is a profit making objective function. We see on giant now because we're minister who catch and say difference now are because of exchange all swallowing losing profit and in fact you crash will break even. Once you cry, the person will be running at a loss. We see the firm should run at a loss because we are minister and you want to set the prices of cement. Look, and a great papaya wouldn't kasai. Miraho, we are complaining about inadequate housing and that the shortfall is around 1 million housing units. How do you think houses come by? You need these inputs to build a house. So if factor inputs are very expensive, and in this sense, when I say factor inputs, I'm not talking about strictly speaking, but I'm talking about the various inputs like cement and the rest of it, anya, labor and the rest of it. Nina se no bo kosura na nipa no developer no sida na office nipa betimi ato. It becomes unaffordable. Secondly, ono producing ebia no plan say anka or be produce 10 units. But because the cost of production are cost, he end up doing 2 or 3. So you continue to have a widening deficit. And if government considers housing as a priority, you might say cement no. To make sure say inputs into housing no ever form. But one yes, Anna, you don't force producers of some of these inputs say omuntiso. Those is a revolution time than count to me, yes, sir. Ultimate forcing Kravum or Muko cement to grab up on Abeton control price at controlled prices. But Ghana, there's nothing like floor pricing. Ultimate say beyond, below this level, and more beyond Tom BBC and price ceiling beyond this level, you cap it, men Tom will cement Emma numbers. One to me, yes, sir. And no very was I want to mean yes, Anna. This noise about so multi price is a cheap populist call. And what they want to do is they want to set the producers against us. Now I am going to say, Abenkra has on Montiso. Now Trimodi any would this 70 and almost say Montiso. Meanwhile, you know truly well say it doesn't line your mouth to do that reduction. Upe say Bafoma, you know what to do. Even import duties. Man can
Asempa FM.
To the extent say import duties are indexed against the dollar. Now they all add to the price of goods and the prices of goods and services in this country. There's something we call pass through when it comes to inflation. Sometimes exchange rates differentials and the higher your exchange rate, it causes an increase in the price of goods locally. And says here, apart from exchange rate, Nipan Kotomi Mana Wamanoni, no back Ghana and Boedia. It adds to the price. Into inflation and Ekosiisen. But beyond Enunkran, import duties. And every producer and an importer be the final price build up no or the duties in Akaka. Says here you are indexing import duties against the dollar. Knowing truly well in recent times it's been unstable. And Nipan Koto Nyamanaba this week. Now you see dollar 10 cedis against the dollar. Not next week. Against the cedi. Not next week. October. Now you have 10 cedis to the dollar. 15 cedis to the dollar. It means that the import duties because and they reviewed every Tuesday. If you've done imports before, you would know that every Tuesday they reviewed the import duties every Tuesday because of the fluctuation in the exchange rate. And to say me boni biaye me kokra no me baye. Boni amaye ne say ebi me januman wo port for just 1 week. Me ban import duty na kosoro. Now who catch me say me enye me for to aban hihye no. And that is why I'm excited, Dr. Baume saying this nonsense about indexing our import duties against the dollar. Because it adds to the cost of goods a year crabber. Look, you are not saying we say dollar is not stable. And it's a stable. Now him say adi stable. Now so we see in dollar terms, even though Sigana be 20 cedis, but we are indexing it to the dollar. Let's just say anytime the dollar rises up, your import duties go up. Now me as a cement producer, I say, I cost only dear. And mammy fat difference now, muna modibe too, so because you have indexed it to the dollar. And mammy fan count, then mama should absorb it. Where do you think they're going to get the money to offset that difference? And the minister, where this problem is coming from. Let's find ways to fix it.
That's the cedi to the dollar.
The cedi to the dollar is one of the biggest problems. I affect importers and even producers. What as including cement producers. But me, at the end of the day, if we consider housing as a priority, once again, we don't have our priorities right. Yenina, Yebeka housing deficit, brofa kese. Say housing is a problem. We want to consider it a priority. The inputs into housing, we will make a conscious effort to make them affordable. And cement is one of them. And if you're factors are pushing the prices of cement up, we will not be telling them to absorb the pressures now. We'll be thinking about, okay, let's have a conversation with the producers. Let's have a conversation with developers. So see, this is the situation are you woman. And now what do you think government can do? And again, exchange rate so are buying Entimin determines that this is not a fixed exchange rate to Jim Abeka say we are setting the dollar say to 10 cedis or whatever. And also can determine. And we are also constrained. What can we do? And now IMF can and need us to say a bar. It will show up the forex in circulation. Now supplies are so cost then exchange rate in better form. Says here IMF can able to totally. Says here oh no, but at least a bar ember boom kakra. But yeah, chicken no man says would you bika. Then Bansi to I mean, one city, Tuesday, almost as Kanama. And it is not serving the purpose we anticipated. What was it? So we can have a conversation with developers, with producers of cement, and other inputs like iron rods since anyone. DNA bit me, yeah. Abain, this is where we find ourselves. What can you do to help us? Maybe they can suggest to you say, oh, Abain, simple, if you can't fix the exchange rate anymore, maybe 1, 2, 3, maybe these you can say elements in the import duty and now anyway, and come to me fix it and no dear a beer, a baby boy, and my price number. That's how you have a conversation.
So any attempt to regulate pricing out of this?
My son, and you Ghana's regulation of pricing, you traho. Rollins are pencil and the very minute became a democracy and market full-fledged market economy. Suddenly, you free ho. And what you say, you control sales that say you control pricing and I you obinuma ABC ho say you turn control. What be that?
But that's I take more the lawyer.
All right. I was a man time you book. And maybe you say in the another and every Sunday. Cement is some wrong. It is wrong on the part of the minister to have issued that directive. Say I didn't true, say order, say a debate or the mayo, a wrong ab initio. Wrong ab initio. Obi na juma. Na me and let me go sukakra. Because on juma no.
One tio must
aha, na me pesa me tini mani biasi ye na jaya bani ya weka. Yet me aka ako deep. Baba enema pa edi a trenchie ewo cement sem no no ye na mabe se ennan. Clinker back on for be is a gifts no se bibi. Na gifts no say na ma actually how fast or slow the cement will dry. And no, and so one component. And a limestone. And see another component. I feel now about bags now. Almost cement in paper now. Almost cement. Wouldn't say young crab. Kakrabi now. Muti producing no cruma. You don't know what I'm crying and no deba. Now a yet limestone. Come and say no. Say who hitting one within a temperature of 1,250 and 1,400. And now degrees Celsius. And now we air clinker. A year. It's so hitting here to get data. We hear more electricity to be able to do that. It will majuma na nima mom bokano a different. So now from what I learned and se okoka a year clanker if bucha but baby tie craft is either Belgium, Asia, Turkey, Brazil and some other countries be.
When you see minority focus akufa.
Ana wo mutimi
I to force and say or the crab to say
hey
so no more chance.
Ghana.
So yento aso. Enti I wonder more class idea fever. Oh my. But you and I know very well says come put no be turn a brochure or the free brochure back Ghana. Utia di be friend say shipping fee. As now the can be do. Mean kai crown. Some of the car Canada and be America air back Ghana. If you say a 4x4 I make you 1,500 USD. A shipping fee. Say saloon I make you 1,200 as shipping fee for bringing it down. Say me baton can I made the sell 1,200 ne kaka ne bo no. Duty is about the count as third component. It's your quota clan can free Brazil and our Belgium our day ban. Shipping one as a vessel or hand yes and when you on one day now hand been a day bow but you and I didn't know quota no day. Foreign standard in Japan they bought it in dollars. Dollar no they would see this as some cause I know your quota cement in fact dollars na quota you the cities na quota you can say cement into no cities no nyan and no quota into dollars to go and buy these materials from Brazil or whatever and bring back down to Ghana. It was cost to be obedru a wode nkane na yadwuma woni so woni minimire ntia nim say per IMF ya wode akodomi wo mo say every quarter bia ne nto nyima hoden ne nsuobo nti egusu atotomko etini ina chi na wo bo se ka no wo se obedru no obeton ade na won ton fo we no free mu a na wasan hwe say duty at the port and indeed say the atika yi duty no e wo mo say bia cities na betua na so sidna utia nyiza utia sidis ade ne boy once na utia once na mo no ya hwese American dollar na yesen ya say 15 the 15 na work how much cities you pay to us
the equivalent
the question is that we understand what on odi dwana na sempani for say yenu dwa moka it yenu dwa moka ne de ade no so mekoto no 1 cedi na eka component atwa ho ahia na 5 cedi amebe de beka 1 cedi ne ho ama na be 6 plus me mfa so abeka ho bia 6 cedi 50% bi ne bia ansa na me de abeto dwom se babeto
ebo no be koso
na woni sense wa say yes cement ni wie wala say tema na uhia no osunyane a we move I was say ya de good car so the free teman eba sunyane ema and no so transport cost no see ya de ka so any man my you did not determine the cement price and you want it it's even though you we our gasam you we wa dangote ya de bra was sunyane
we wa jata
ya yo jata and the diamond ko ba na ya we ya de bra but ya dey bra no the cost no me am koto ade na as distributor no so no me fa so ato kakra ana me dey bra wo na wo ba ye retail no kwa me dey bedu wo nche no so wo so ahwe transport cost ba bedu obi obi ye free car no so no ba du sika ni nyina o kan nyina bo na wo dey ato ade so nti ade na ba bedu sunya no wo so wo bo akoto no ni nyina actually so what so obi atom 10 cedis obi atom 12 cedis no ya treatment ntomo ne nkoso no problem. So okasa won treatment won nkoso na e wose wutimi kire se watu anamom bi a wode boa se ete dem aye kase aban yo te swintimi nya hwe regarding exchange rate zero step because anamom bibie ni wa kire se dollar no ye fight no kwam bisu amana ho de na bafom ade kyan de se nyina no BOG for me follow mo X by year on post by nyina no increment in 100 be ekoso interbank rate increases are decrease be anywhere bia come fuel so now we are made to know separate I'm policy no we say our say we to fuel according to exchange rate and inflation enter fuel so you say you to bam dey kosa so me question ni do you know hiti clinker no dey o produce I mean even say limestone bi wa ha a water need to clinker amount a we use fuel we say okoto diesel na say mo so moton no almost 15 cedis na say petrol na across 15 cedis no e dey be na adwuma no per liter no a oba wo mate so mount because abaya te so man ndi so you the government now who minister no dey animu no you are not helping any activity who would maybe dia wo yan say instead of you to work, as Article was saying, we have paid people to think for solutions and give it to us. But they are rather telling us, you criticize my solutions. So why are you there?
But dollar and Chebesa Tiaba.
What is the basis?
Okay, hold on. These are very fair questions.
These
are very fair questions. Dollar no. Utie swafwa. Swafwa. Sector minister
I mean
so tie say corner o enche bia I think go pray one baby I'm speaking their language for you encouraging Ghanaians that nyomo mudi gu akwem
anima ben
I just get forex into the country and the prices go down. I'm exchange rate no more conform.
So I believe is that it's shooting up.
My money me no pay. I didn't want to have a mom dig me too. Me in all honesty minimum. It's mama too. So they would not at you. Mama too. I want him back up no. I want to no me.
How the casa your belief is that because the dollar is skyrocketing no. Or won't be a determinant of prices for products now.
It's not just that. Material ni mo muhia woni na wo use no three components
all are important.
Fuel is involved, light is involved, exchange rate is involved.
Bibia boarding.
And say mo wan nyina no so you keep on increasing it almost every day. Enyam na me you, I don't control these things. Me nyag more gas, me nyag more diamond, me nyag more even jata no ngwa banja, me nyag more but one more e waduma na wo num ka wo mo bon. It was one more boss ka onyakobo akofa bank loan. Agofa bibi ade na adwuma no wo wie saka na oboye ni nyina no o be ni product no wie a wo to office say wo se want to so na man kwa man ntom.
Okay,
as what
ya adma be fi
what you say no me dey see nyam tell me 1 second so me kwa mu dey make any sabani nia na mo papa bi obetu di aboa timamufo cause wo ba say wo ba ma ye ho atoyen a boss and not done for the share and say 18 months.
It won't be hurrying.
Or my 18 months. Oh, what do Yamia 4 years old? 18 months and the my was a friendly fan terminal, not Ghana ha. What to send to Trump?
No, do you believe that?
What's it?
Do you believe that?
A man for Jimmy, me, I mean, in the center of my Ghana for Jimmy.
There were 100 days a month for somebody clear.
Am I was 18 months?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying that this Casa Mugusu Casa Chile.
Oh, 18 months. Debbie, why is it not healthy? No, it's healthy.
180.
Or catch it, I was say
18 months. Okay,
18 months.
18 months is a lot.
I find
18 months.
365 days plus. Ever since it's saying, to check it. It's more than 400 days. If I want to,
we drift from those promises of being specific in terms of days, 100 days, maybe.
No, but when he was promising, he not trust. What did he say in the calculation? He's a former minister. What did the first minister pay? Edit Attorney General. Okay. I don't know by Munti at cabinet paying to make it 18 months. He can change the destiny.
We can achieve that.
What's it?
You're a good leader. We can.
This is doable. You can do what you can. You know, you can do.
Or candidate to say yet is castle.
No
man in your mind. Into a bar when minimum by ya and about the train now no son of so can say why you Bank of Ghana pay. Now when some man was capa to a new bar where is it is kind of commando when some like Bank of Ghana mean baby is kind of scum young possible wabesia but me I don't know.
So what's the state of Ghana? What you say?
Now said in the way we say and yet one day
I think
it is saying
now the it is worse, it's bad
in terms of
everything because and then I say you can say minimum wage or daily wage or
minimum wage
18 cities 15 pesos. Obi loro fair kura what different fear in and out to from a fear to back to sorry back to fear no crampo is higher than that rate now the man say the whole day na year the market so why
so Intina when you're doing this analysis you do the analysis in terms of real income what you say do you want to take prices and a general increase in price not the two income because at the end of the day your take home pay is not taking you anywhere. It's not taking you anywhere.
Is it applicable in all other jurisdictions?
Yes, I need to.
Oh, yeah, me, I'll pay you. I don't make.
No, we say we are going to engage your way and
so the mere yastic any. Now, I dear back one person make me say, I'm on your same moon, so in your position a year, a bois mouse, yan sign, a media mouse, servo, a bois, so I say, a man instrumenti. Name of Sajina could say, but I am person me cinchina or semi bibia. And no, a dear trimude, a trimude, a would disem, ever been with Trimono. Into a year school, no, on page maybe a yet or 10 people in DCH. And obey second. Sadia no emwa, ye mubino, and son ye be join yaman your seminal. Or mine you in my radio. Na machra dear, and then yamiadum you go switch. See a promotumia, and kaye, can no cramp bet my shibino so kina. No, so Massano, and no Massano. And no interest in Faminsa any baby. And no Yansen.
Just a mom, wow, son of Patron.
And more than a Kufado Amwami. I'm telling you today. Now,
who's your man, Piano, one publish books?
More than one Wami.
Just that
how will be the last place. Oh, yeah, make my kind of several platforms. They say me. None of them go Kufado, I never bro. True God, any your fee grant. Let me call it. I am missing in a mind. I am missing it.
Or no, I got them. No, and I saw when we do what
I won't go and
I don't know when you so trust me, say me, I am here and listen to no Codimico.
I just your phone yellow too. Now, trust is over to
you say. A Kufuado trust a Ghana for ya me come movie to do one the man no one failure. Why for and that alone is enough.
Why for
them person me chassis can say
you
minister ye you raketi amo
enkomodia honestment for ni share ya manufacturers edi ya no dia me den say wo mo nso ankom anu antum na wo mo nso so ababontia be kasa me kan nguma bi na de ne tofa boni say enipa da bia no otimu se nipa yi o wasem bi opeso ka kire o nanso da bia o de seria no amu na ni tirimu no ni hu che bom eni nti no konfo opeso no tra no kire o na kire atiwade eni nti o matimi ababontin no amuso any grader fo nyina e de tudwa no e kire se minister yanso so bia yanso ya adwene nie e fine e kire se democracy no e konanim oti ase e kire se democracy no yade a e konanim na yatia nyina no obia no obetimi agina aka se yewura keti amo he was compelling them and also he issued a fiat yes suggestions and we make here nobody can take his teaching say anukro gi ono as a lawyer no onim say semrache badwafie mfani sanche bibiase a untimi issue bi meboa enti he knows it nemom anu adwento atoa na ono wo mo eka so tiase yes the yakika nyina no the external factors crank and ade any inflation ni ade minister is also aware onim easy
easy
what's that
you trust
minister ya aware onim sani nyina no other factors eka ho bi but the miss me person me busa any say minister no mu hia no as at that time any sabre no ya ne atie yi no various cement manufacturing industries no ya omo o mayi mu no o manyene o mu nyina no charge the same price ana
David
omo charge the same price
say eslobian the same
now so say omo nyina so the same source of raw materials no cover any the factors are omo kan nyina no and no so affect o me bana so then it justifies the minister afutu anu dey ma say mama ye nyina ye
difference in quality that's why there are differences in prices
me dey the minimum say ma me awo na menu ano no ana me bo ana samwa waji atum ese omu nyina no ade bi de wo so ebi wo from that I think as my idea
because of differences in quality
about finance dia wo dia na communication dey anu ato bo wache me say ye no omu nyina de ye pe ene ewura keti amon bai no si chinchira he mu nyina mo sante so a eno de ye mu bi kura be kasa ade ne say dia atik ka ye nyina ye nimu ise no na ye keti amon no sit ese Ghana economy no liberal a untimi impose ayi but mo amutu mo num nsem free host piminu ndc ni atik gitum say distortion and what can say price distortions me boana say na mo kan me boa den ene ye nyina mo source of ayi a bia mo kike the litany of sources am kan nyina no ebitimi ye bold enough to tobi ento opani no ntrafie masedua mfo no ene wasinka be ye se be boa Ghana fo say kie nyina adwene be ko be nkrom say ye betimi dia babbo ba akoso na nke etimi akoye menia opani ko kan wi a menu e ma ne ho so a afedi ensama kase a yenya no ma ne nkeka na dia me busa ne say eniema ekoso MPP pen so nyina no so ti ase se NDC kuwe na teso a yawe amraka dompefu yi a enkom strategy ni sen ni amesa Ghana fo ne say ye ko yanimo no both NDC and MPP are the two leading parties no emre bia they should question our communication ya na ye too easy titru ni minu anu NDC ye too easy sa semaba okika ye I would have expected say ye banka eko eno nankia ye anya hwekura no Dr. Bawumia ye wo power de all some contest was say now I'm very happy say we for grade the boss no was say taxes I'm so happy to call from Atik was say Dr. Bawumia sema woka and I have it here I can also quote it but a brenti or see about Sanya many nyina I see hwe ni ye enti ye mbomo ye wa abai mu no you have preferred the solution now wo opposition no so excuse me oh nyabotre me baso me say asemo ye MPP akane ba akon more can 1,000 and I'm going to quote everything it's better you keep quiet nyabotre minia look hwe boss bia ni hono mu a oman yi mu efim kroma pen so ebesina na kufu ado pen so obi asha ehu eche NDC boche
won sadi akoyechi
fatu wunti na da watia no mu a wo kikan ni ade what is saying instances are all citing no ye china de ye nura de enti nyabotre opa ye ka kire otie o Che, Pacho Utime.
Me too.
Aha, and I quote.
We cement the
cement the ani baby ani fire no. And I miss me boa. Alex Claudium, Yabutremu nya no kumas. Osu bube na me sumetibe. O kan me boa any edan tokwe atike. Was it Dr. Ubeda Samwa? The book, The Political History of Ghana, 1950 to 2013. The experience of a non-conformist. Or can some way say, was it the essence of the revolution? Revolution that who PNDC and NDC, you know, was it is to bridge the gap between the rich and the poor. Page 257. Sabotaye and Tom de Ban, some be here for near Sikafua yepe. I take them your kayo, me wa. And Ekosiisen. Again, or Kase, and then yatisikaso no ene ade ade no ni oka mu pa mu do kese pa no NDC manifesto 2008 page 60 tio was say in the pursuance of our people first approach to national and social development, the NDC believes that it is the business of the state chenyo both directly and indirectly to create jobs for the people, particularly the youth. The NDC's strategic objective is to provide every Ghanaian with a job from which they can earn their livelihoods. This country has the resources to provide the basic minimum livelihood, including conditions that each Ghanaian needs to live a dignified life through a. What's your mind way yatisikaso? On my way yatisikaso 2008, you know, a persistent of your manifesto. Nyabutre, Minia, or cancer, same way say, you know, what's yatisikaso? Mukra de Moatre. Oh, yeah, 2008, one more say, we will create employment for all people who are willing and able to work. 2008 pay 46. Over 2012 pay 21. Oh, so Minia. Un se me no nini sa. Ya ba wo ye wo kasa de. Enti family ni agro. Ya suma me o. Ya mo che. Say ya suma, me ya suma me. What on wo dey think? Get na wo have say.
Dr. Asante I ready DC.
Me what government kura no.
Ya to ka fra.
Ya solution na. Na wo tia not win ka wi yakika na ka bie dia na home fast.
Ya ka fra to aso. Honest ma wo.
Tie. Hey. Me say I'm a proud MP. Yes, said the way Yasuma way. 10 years, you create opportunities for work and study till 2012 page 21. And to see a Kabosha and say so be bien and no be odi amodia ko say den krante. Many are the SC no. Yampa boni say enyema be kojo. Aba bibia ba fo. Yasuma no. No vitile go nyina Yasuma PP.
Na me ya go be bida.
Kasa na me president.
Ati go be bida se.
Yasuma no.
Ya go be bida se.
Order su na ma.
Oh, nyabo.
Kwaji